I don't know how far I'm going to get into this because there's some family members coming in, and the front door is right outside my back bedroom wall right here. So I will get it as far into this as I can. But I want to start off by bad news first. A lot has happened. First of all, it's been a while since I've actually like freshly recorded something. The video I just posted, that was in the making for like 2 months because I'm lazy. And this is just a hobby. This is not a career. My bearded dragon that I had, he passed away, and I miss him dearly. He was my big baby. Brutus, he's such a booger. He had such a personality, and he wasn't sick and he wasn't injured. I think, oh my goodness, please do not do that. I think he just got old and slowed down and he just passed. And I rehomed him. And I had him for 2 years. So if the people that had him before I had him, I was not trying to show you yet, you little booger butt. If the people that had him before had him from this size, this is my new friend, I will introduce him in a minute. If the people that had Brutus had him from this size, are you gonna say hello? You gonna wave? If they had him from this size and he lived his whole life until he just got so old that he passed, Brutus lived at least 10 to 15 years. That's how long beardies live. And so after I said my goodbyes and we buried him, and took a few days to really cope with the fact that he wasn't there, and sometimes looking at his tank was just so hard because it was so empty. And Brutus was always there. He was a constant for 2 years. And then he just suddenly wasn't there, and it was really strange to look at his tank, and the lights were off and it was so dark and cold. And so I went on my birthday. My birthday was this month, February 1st. I turned 25. I know, shush. And I bought me a new friend, and I named him Atlas. And I didn't have Brutus as a baby. Like I said, I rehomed him as a fully grown beardy. He is so little. I can't cope with the fact that he's like this big, and he fits in one hand. And this is the longest he's ever sat with me. He's not one for sitting still. He's probably also like, where am I and what is going on? So I lost Chloe last year, the week before Easter, my one bird. And then I lost Brutus, my bearded dragon, January 25th. Can you come? Let's see, hold on. I block out my face. Yeah. Can you say hello? He's so small. When he runs, it is the cutest thing ever because his legs are like this big. He's so cute. I love him. Hi. We're gonna be good friends, okay? Yeah. Okay, I will put you back now. Let me just put my hand in your face, sorry. So anyway, in this video, I'm gonna try to make 2 things and not add or subtract anything. I gave up on my knitting. I took it apart and wound up the yarn, and no. Knitting is too slow burn. It's boring. I don't like it. Crocheting, now that I've earned the right to say that crocheting is superior, I will. I think part of it also is because when you're crocheting, it works onto itself. Knitting works onto the needles. Does that make sense? Probably not. Like if I take the hook out of this, which is the first thing I'm going to talk about, the first thing we're going to make this time. If I take the hook out of this stays as one cohesive piece unless the stitches get pulled out. If you take the needles out of knitwork, you might as well just start over because it's going to be a pain in the butt trying to get your stitches back on your... it's not the hardest thing in the world to pick up. Drop stitches is just a massive inconvenience. So this is going to be hold on. I'm just going to pick this up. I'm just going to pick this up. I bought this today at the antique store. It's obviously a basket. And for Easter, I'm going to make a bunny. That's what this is going to be. And some Easter eggs, some crocheted Easter eggs. And stay. And put the bunny in here, and the eggs, maybe some like fake grass, and try to sell it. So First I have to make the bunny. So far all I've made of it is the ears and the nose, and I'm working on the head. I will probably do, after the head, the arms and the legs and the tail, and do the body last. I like to do the small stuff first, so when I finish the big stuff, I have everything, I can just put it together, and then it's done. So, I don't know, okay, unrelated to crochet, birds are noisy, right? That's like a constant of birds, correct? My birds in particular are like twice as noisy as the average bird. My white bird, he just wails when he doesn't get his way. He just screams and screams and screams and screams and screams. And this one is starting to do it as well. This is my female bird. But I don't know what they want because they have food. They're out of their cage almost all day. I do know what they want, actually. I just won't give it to them. They want me to leave my room so they can climb all over my stuff and poop on everything and tear it all up and mate and lay infertile eggs. And I'm just not going to let them tear up my stuff. And so that's that. So we're going to get started with the bunny. Oh, the other thing I'm making is, I actually made one of these last January. So apparently my new thing is becoming every year I make a bass fish pillow. This is the tail so far, and I've only got it stuffed to right here, which is why it looks a little funky. It kind of looks like the flashlight from Luigi's Mansion. This is about halfway through the body. This is obviously the stomach area. The next person that asked me to make this pattern is getting a swift no. Just no, because this color work is the bane of my existence. And at first I was carrying my yarn, which I'm obviously... Sir? Obviously I'm going to go back and fix this, where it's... You can see where I carried my yarn. Get off my head, please. And also then on the stomach, I would do the same. But at first, like I said, I was carrying my yarn, and then I decided I'm not doing that. I'm just going to cut it each time. And so I have all these tails in here that I've secured, just carried them like 2 or 3 stitches and then let them go so it doesn't unravel. The next person that asked me to make this is either they're going to pay for it, literally, or they are going to get told a swift no. Yes. Hi. Oh, thank you. He gave me a kiss. I don't know if you caught that or not. Please do not. Do not. One of the reasons he screams is because I won't let him sit on my head. Because he likes to poop in my hair. Particularly in my hair. I don't know why, but he does. Okay. I don't want to hold you anyway. So, let's start with the bunny. Benedict is still here. Hello, friend. Still, this bear is still way cuter than this one is. And that's a hill I'm willing to die on. Anyway, here's I closed my laptop. How am I going to crochet with no pattern? Although, the only thing I need before I do more steps is one more round. In the last video I posted, and it's fresh in my mind because I just finally sat down to edit it, filmed the outro, and post it, I talked about filming gadgets that I wanted to try and then didn't even say what they were. My dad bought me for Christmas a gooseneck tripod from the brand, it's Suptig. It's right here on top of it, actually. S-U-P-T-I-G. Because I struggle so much to keep things in frame. Because I'm sitting at my desk, right? And the way, like, the place I had my phone before was kind of far away from me, so I always had to lean over my desk to work, which was always hurting my back, and so I had a really hard time keeping stuff in frame, although I'm still not used to holding stuff this far away from me when I crochet, but it's better. It's better that this is not. Oh, also, I wanted to talk about something else before I started the video, and then completely forgot. So I guess I'll do it now. No, I won't. I'll do it at the end of this round. to talk about, it's not anything bad, just I know my videos tend to be on the longer side, and so I don't expect anybody to watch them from beginning to end, because I like to talk sometimes, especially about crochet. I love crafting. It's my favorite thing to do. Also, this is the tripod that it's kind of a contraption, but it works for what I need it for. What I wish I could do? Oh, I can. Okay, I was gonna say, because I can't even put it where I used to. Well, I could. I had it like this, where I used to keep my phone. But then the way it sits, you were able to see this part in my recording. And I could not stay on topic if I had to, because I have a squirrel brain. But, so I don't expect people to watch my videos from beginning to end. If you do, you are amazing, like I said in the last video. But I like long form content. I like to be able to turn on a video and just sit and listen while I crochet. I do not like having to pause my crocheting to change my video every 10, 15, 20 minutes. I like to just sit down and go. And so that's why I make my videos so long. Even post edit, they still come out super long, and I cut out a lot sometimes where I talking to my pets, or just a lot of like quiet, like dead, what's it called? Not Dead Space, that's a video game. Radio silence, I guess you could call it like that. Where it's just, there's no talking, it's just me crocheting. Even the sped up parts that have music over them, there's stuff cut out of that because it's so long. I like long form content though, so that's why my videos are so long. And I tend to work on such like erratic, like the video never follows one kind of script. But I try to make every video the same, where it's just me and you chatting, or I'm crocheting while you're doing whatever you're doing. So, that's all I had to say, I guess. Last night I finished the head. I didn't get very far on the fish. This, I did, I think, like 3 rounds. You can't even tell the difference, just because this fish is so big. It's going to be like at least this much longer. And come back to that. But I worked out a trick, or I guess a hack, to put the, I love the way that the decreases look. I know a lot of people try to hide them because they don't like how obvious the lines are, but I like the swirl effect of the decreases. But the hack to put in the yarn for the eye indents with these specific eyes, the ones that I said that the like colored part is not part of the plastic, it's a piece of paper underneath that comes with the eyes, is to obviously work up the head to where you are at the point of putting the eyes in, and then you put the eyes in, and then before you put the back on, you just like weave in the same way you would to do it after. You weave in the yarn behind the eyes, so that before the head is stuffed, the yarn is already there. And then what I did to keep them out of the way while I crocheted was I just used a tapestry needle and just moved the threads from being on the inside of the head to the outside, so they were not in the way of my work. And then when I was ready to pull them tight, I just like weaved them back in to the inside of the head and pulled them out the back like you normally would and tightened them down, and it works just the same, and it doesn't mess up the color of my eyes on either side. So, you know how in the last video I was griping about Jess Huff making the patterns so accommodating that they were losing their shape? This is the bunny head, and I feel like without the nose, this is even a more appropriate teddy bear face shape than whatever this is. While I do like this bear, not as much as I like this one. He's so cute. I do kind of wish that I had used different colored eyes, though. I just feel like the orange ones don't really suit him. I wish I had brown ones. Brown. The shiny eyes, that would be cool. Because even these gold ones are gold. They might have worked. Honestly, I just wish that I had brown ones. Anyway, so now I'm going to make probably the belly patch. I'm going to make all the small stuff, and then at the end I'll make the body, and then I'll put everything together. So, was thinking for the tail of the rabbit that I don't want to do a crochet tail, because when you think of a rabbit, or at least a fake one, you think of a cotton tail. And so I was going to use one of these pom-pom makers, and I haven't made the body yet, so I can't kind of really tell which size I should use, but based on the other parts of the body, because I do have the head and like the arms and legs done, I can tell that if I had a size between these two, that would be perfect. I have a bigger one than this and two smaller ones than this, so I think I'm going to end up going with this one, and I will just try to put as much yarn on it as I can to get it bigger than this size. And these are really easy to use. You just pull these out on both sides. And how about instead of telling, I just do it, yeah? You just wrap lots of wrapping yarn around here. Sorry, you'd like to be able to see, wouldn't you? Until this is full on both sides. Oh, keep it actually on the part that matters would be good. I don't use these I don't use pom-poms in general very often. At least not handmade ones. So, I don't get to use these makers very often, but I keep them because I know that, well, I've never wanted to get rid of them, but I know that if I ever did, that would be the time that I would need them for something. So, and then you push it back in there, and that kind of holds it. And then you need scissors, because you're gonna... Oh, and this is the white yarn that I'm using for the... Hold on. Let's see if I can find a detail with white yarn on it. So this is one of the arms. It's, I've never seen this brand, but Mary Maxim Starlet worsted weight, and it's 100% acrylic. I don't know if you care to see the instructions, probably not. But it is on the chunkier side, I think, of most acrylic. I don't know the different types of yarn weights. Like, I don't know what worsted weight means. All I know is I see yarn, I crochet. Then, just the same for the other side. Now, I know it's only February as of recording this, and I'm already thinking about if I should enter something in the fair this year. I wanted to last year, and I didn't know you had to pay to enter stuff in the fair, which I guess that makes sense, because how else would they make money? Not like you don't have to pay an arm and a leg and a liver to get in there. Let me put this on this side, just because it's hard to pull out on the other side. I didn't know you had to pay, and I still don't have a job, and I was not about to ask my dad for money, even though he said he would give me some, because it wasn't very much per entry. Maybe just like a few bucks. I was like, Dad, no, you know, I don't think they offer to sell the items after, so you wouldn't be getting your money back. I don't want you to waste money on me like that. You know, keep your money. I can just save some next year to be ready to enter, or I can just not enter. But I really want a ribbon. I do think that I would win a first place ribbon. Only because last year when we were there, the only crocheted item that was in the display cabinet was, the lady said, one from a guy that was around my age, so like early 20s then, who had just started, and I was like, I didn't say this, but I wanted to, and I was like, no offense to him, but I can tell by looking at it that he just started, and that was the only one in there, so of course he won first place by default. And part of the reason I didn't want to enter, oh, okay, so after you do that on both sides, you cut between each of them with scissors sharper than these, hopefully. Anyway, I didn't want to join enter the fair, because I didn't want to do it for the purpose of trying to show him up. I didn't want it to be for that reason. This is hurting my thumb. Sometimes these rings just get in the way. Hold on. Let's take them off. Now my thumb looks really naked. But I didn't want it to be like, it is obviously a competition, or they wouldn't judge the pieces, but I didn't want to just have the heart position of, oh, I'm better than him. Even if I am skill level better than him, I don't want to fault him for wanting to learn, right? Or having learned. Oh, what are you doing? Don't come out. It's not time yet. Okay, afterwards, what you do is not this. It's not supposed to be coming apart. You wrap a piece of yarn around here, like this, tightly. And then I like to go around one more time because it just keeps it extra tight. And I'm gonna tie it on this side, I think. Wait, maybe not. Anyway, I didn't want it to be from a heart position of like prideful, I'm better than you at this, you know, your work looks like crap. And even if I am, you know, like I was saying, skill level higher than he is, I don't want to fault him for wanting to learn, because I think a lot of, maybe not necessarily knitting and crocheting, I know these crafts are seen literally everywhere, all over the internet, but a lot of hand crafts are dying. They're dying art forms, and so I never want to fault someone for learning something that is otherwise being forgotten. Like hand weaving. Okay, you pull these out, and it's held together by these. They have like a metal pin inside that holds it through the center, and so you pry these apart. And so this is technically two pieces. You just put back together, and then obviously you shake this out and shape it accordingly. Oh, and that just made yarn fibers go everywhere. And you just trim it to the round shape, so instead of like this crazy, it looks more like this. I did not make this one, but just an example. This came with something else that I had. Just as an example, you know, it'll go from looking like a dandelion to looking like a pom-pom. So, this is going to be his tail. You know what I think I want to treat myself to? I got a bigger pair of scissors so I could do this. When I get a job, because when, not if, I know it's on its way, I want to treat myself to a very nice pair of just like fancy craft scissors. I've seen some really pretty, because I want to get a pair that is, the blade is thinner than this and sharper. And I've seen some really pretty like peacock design ones at Walmart. Although if Joann's is closing, I might have to take a gander over there. I saw a lot of people on, I have obviously my crochet Instagram, right? This might make some people click off this video, but I don't care. Saying that they should shut down Hobby Lobby instead. And I think the hatred for Hobby Lobby really is just undeserved. If you don't like that Hobby Lobby doesn't provide whatever it was, Plan B or whatever, birth control, through their insurance plans, then don't work there. But to wish that all those people in that establishment would lose their job, as someone looking for a job and knows how hard it is to find one right now, to wish all those people would lose their job just so a company you don't like would shut down, that's very cruel and selfish. I don't like Target. Do I think Target should not be open? No. I just don't shop there. So if you don't like Hobby Lobby, don't shop there. Look how simple that is. I don't think everybody at Target should lose their job and the business should shut down. just because I don't like that they sell Pride stuff. And so does Walmart. I don't think Walmart should shut down just because they sell stuff I don't like. It's not that serious. Nothing in life is that serious except for whether or not you know Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. So, if a craft store makes you that upset, I think you need to reevaluate your priorities in life. Take a deep breath. Get off your phone. Take a Xanax and go touch some grass. It's a craft store. They sell glorified string. And you're upset. Also, it's a privately owned family company. They're allowed to enact whatever policies they want. And if the people who work there did not agree to those policies, they would not work there. So why are you trying to be offended on somebody else's behalf? There's enough serious things going on in this world. That's really, really stupid to be mad over a craft store. Anyway, rant over. Tale done. Now, hopefully the birds will let me do this, because they're really good at screaming. But I finished my Easter set, toy set. I'm not going to be able to tip it over and show you because everything will come tumbling out. But it comes with, and I'm thinking of charging $80 for this because I think that's what it's worth. So it comes with one little carrot. And it comes with, I believe I did 6 eggs. And I tried to do 7 eggs. Pastel colors. Hold on, there's one more. How am I supposed to hold all these? This looks brown on camera, but in real life it's like a mauve, like a light kind of pink color. It's not brown, I promise. It's not like beige like it looks. It is pink. I don't have anything else pink I could compare it to. This is pink, okay? I promise. And then obviously it comes with the bunny. The ears are supposed to stand up, but they don't, and a removable bow tie. So I put a button on the back so you can take it on and off. And the basket. The basket is also included. So I think 80. I always think my prices are good prices, and then I'm like, that sounds like way too much. So I was thinking of getting some of the like fake plastic grass to put on the bottom, but then it's just gonna go in the trash, and I don't want to make unnecessary waste. So it's just gonna be the basket and the other toy stuff. So this is done. Oh, the fish. I was trying to think of what else I was making in this video. The fish is about this much. I've got the bulk of the body done, so I have started my decreases. I cannot wait to get the body done with. The fins are going to be easy. Looks really crazy on the inside. But instead of carrying my yarn, I just cut it each time. You can kind of see I don't like the way this looks, but I would rather see this than where it was obvious that I carried the yarn. So this is my next to do, I guess. I want to get the body done. Like I said, the fins will be easy. When it was at about this stage, it looked like a flashlight. Like the one from Luigi's Mansion, which I had been playing a lot of beforehand. I hope I have enough polyfill for this. I should, and if not, I have some yarn scraps I can use to make up the difference. But so I'm gonna be working on this. The next footage I'm trying to film will be with the body. Sorry, one of my birds is in the cage, and the other bird is looking at her through the backside. Oh, you weren't in there. I thought you were inside. You were just on the backside. Hi. I think this might be the first time that I have finished a video or the amount of items in the video I've set out to make. And I told myself when I started filming this that I'm only going to allow myself to make the number of items that I'm willing to commit to finishing in one video. Because I already have ideas of what I want to make for the next video. One is a wearable, which I have never completed a wearable besides hats, and that doesn't count in my mind. I've tried to make cardigans. I've made 2 cardigans, but I don't wear them because they're acrylic and they're itchy, and it really was just a big waste of time. But here's the fish. I put as much stuffing as I could get into this, and it just, for some reason right here in the tail, does not want to sit right, and it looks so frumpy to me, but I think otherwise. The fish came out very good. Oh, this is the outro, by the way. The video's over. Almost. But this pattern is by Victoria Stewart on Ravelry. It's $5 now. I don't know if that's how much it was when I paid for it. I've had the access to the... Okay, the eyes are not even, but you don't look at it from this angle. You look at it from the side. And I did silver eyes. Well, you can't really tell, but I did silver eyes. And so, the only thing the guy can do that I made it for is say he doesn't like it and doesn't want to pay for it. In which case, I'm sure somebody else would buy it. If not, I understand. But, it's done. It's a bass fish, and there's not much more to say about it. So, thank you for watching this video. I will hopefully have another one up soon, and I will try to make... Well, I have an idea. Even if I finish the wearable, there's no saying that I won't wear it, because nobody likes to wear things that make their bodies itch. I was in a craft store here in town the other day that I found opened up, and then the guy said they've been open for like 7 years, and I was like, I've never even heard of this place. Anyway, he was saying that a lot of people who think they have an allergy to like wool or alpaca yarn, that they don't, and it's actually just because the fibers, like wool is soft, right? But no, wool is not soft. That was a lie. But because the fibers are so stiff that it's so pokey, that what people think is an allergy to the fiber is just the fibers poking their skin over and over and irritating it. So I either want to use, and I have to wind this up, but I either want to use this ombre scent thing that I have. This is quite thin though, like the strand. But for what I have in mind, I think, and I'm not knitting, I give up on knitting. I even bought this 36-inch knitting cables to try to knit a cardigan. But then I learned, I think it's called skeeting. Is that even a word? But it's basically where you knit it as a sweater, and then you like reinforce the edge, and then you just cut up the middle, and then you make the ribbing. And I'm like, I know 2 knit stitches, the knit stitch and the purl stitch. I'm not advanced enough for that yet. No, thank you. And I had a very specific yarn. Oh, right here. I buried it under all these other yarns. I either want to do this ombre, or I want to use this one, which is just like a black to gray ombre. You'll see. You'll see in the next video. I guess you just have to stay tuned, huh? But I will try to get started on that soon. This I might be more likely to wear because this feels kind of softer than this. This is just regular acrylic. Itchy in all its glory, so I will figure it out. I will have decided by then. Until then, thank you for watching. Me and the fishy friend say goodbye. I hope to God to never have to make this again unless somebody asks me. Also, I just can't get over how clean my color changes are right here. And then I had to change it because it was starting to get a little crooked. Bye. Thank you for watching.